All right, you guys. So we're getting into this. This is the definitive, and I mean the definitive superhero movie tier list. So let's take a look at it. We got top three: super, good, okay, big flop, and bad. Um, I say big flop is like probably one of the worst superhero movies ever, which I see a couple on here. So, anyways, let's get into it. The very first superhero movie we're looking at is Spider Man 2. This is going to be the Doc Ock one. The Doc Ock one, I say it's good. It's great action. I think it's perfect. Like, the time on that movie is like perfect. I wouldn't say it's great. I'd say it's perfect. And the fight scenes, like you get the iconic Spider-Man stopping the train with, his web shooters. Like, it's a really good movie. I highly recommend it if you haven't seen it. Um, Followed by the next one, and that's Suicide Squad. That's the newest Suicide Squad. I just I just thought it was okay. Like I didn't like it's nothing that I'm going to be like, "Oh my god, you have to go see that movie." I just think it's okay. Um could they have done more with it? Absolutely. But I didn't really like the villain, if that makes any amount of sense. So that's why I just put it as okay. I'm trying to run this as spoiler free as I can, and it's getting harder and harder the more I realize it. Anyways, we're moving into the next one, which is Batman versus Superman. I think this is the theatrical cut, and if it is the theatrical cut, I'm going to say good. If it's the extended cut, I'd say it's super. So we're just going to drop it under good. Like the extended cut actually explains a lot of stuff that was missing in the movie. Like it's just good. Like that's all I can say for theatrical. But the extended, like I said, it's super. It's pretty good, but it's also 3 hours long, vice the 2 hours we get for the original one. Mm. All right. So now we're on to Green Lantern. So the Green Lantern movie, I'd say it's bad. I loved Ryan Reynolds as Hal Jordan. They could have done so much more with him, and they didn't. They he was the perfect Hal Jordan, and they fumbled the bag. I mean, that's the mo for DC Cinematic Universe, DCEU, the extended cinematic universe, whatever the hell you want to call it. It's just meh, if that makes any amount of sense. Venom. This is the first Venom movie. I'd say it's just okay. I think they could have done so much more. I like Tom Hardy as Eddie Brock. Just throwing that out there. I just thought it was okay. Um, yeah. Uh, Iron Man 3, another one. Just okay. Like you tease the I was gonna say Mandalorian, the Mongol. You tease, and then when he comes out, you're like, yeah, about that. Um, Avengers: Age of Ultron, bad. Like it's bad in my opinion. I have watched Age of Ultron twice, and in my opinion, it was bad. It was bad. Like I didn't care for it. All right, so we're moving to the first superhero movie where I'm like, hey, super. It's Deadpool. Deadpool is really, really great movie. It's a lot of fun, a lot of action. There's a lot to it. It is an all around fun movie, great acting, and just a great overall story. Like I had so much fun with Deadpool, and because it was Deadpool. It's not. They didn't sugarcoat it. They didn't try to make it PG-13. I think it was. I think it was great. Now here's one that people are gonna hate me for this, and it's Wakanda Forever. I barely got through it the first time I watched it. I thought the first opening sequence of the movie, where spoiler alert, the real actor Chadwick Boseman passed away. and they kind of paid tribute to him. Well, they did pay tribute to him. And then the rest of the movie, there was a lot of highs and a lot of lows. There was a lot of lows. Like I thought Wakanda Forever was just bad. Like I did not care for that movie one bit. That's just me. I thought it was bad. Like I said, it's not the first 10 minutes of it where they paid tribute was great, but the rest of the movie was terrible. Um Now we're moving into Incredibles 2. This is the first one on the list that isn't DC or Marvel. I'd say Incredibles 2 was just okay. It kind of lost the magic where the first one had. The first one was amazing. The first Incredibles, just great movie. Second one, meh. Like that's just uh big flop. I don't have to explain anything. Fantastic Four, big old dog turd. Terrible movie. Thor Ragnarok. I love Thor Ragnarok. It was a lot of fun. Great action, great writing. I'd say the story was amazing. You had Hulk in there, you had Valkyrie, and you had Thor's sister, Hela. I highly recommend watching that one. It was great. Superman 2, it was just okay. Um, yeah, it was just okay. Like, it just, like, it's older. Does it really stand up the test of time? Meh, not really. It's just one of those things. Spider-Man No Way Home. I felt like Spider-Man No Way Home was just too long. I think it's an okay movie. It's very entertaining. I'll give them that. On top of that, it's really cool. Spoiler alert: it's been out for a while, but it's really cool to see all three live action actors like in the same movie together. It was great, great. Um, but all the villains, like it just kind of it had points where it's like, God damn, is this movie ever going to end? Like I said, it just felt really long to me and kind of preachy at points, but for the most part, it was just, it was okay. Captain Marvel, bad. Like, I did not like the story. I didn't. It was just like, meh. It was just meh. Um, X Men Last. This is Last Stand. This is Last Stand. I don't know why they have something on there, but it was bad. It was terrible. Like I did not care for the last X Men movie. Well, the last of the trilogy. Let me reword that. Um, it was just bad. That's all I gotta say. Maybe it's just me being critical on these movies. All right, so now we got one that's super. The original live action Spider Man from 2001. I absolutely loved this movie as a kid. On top of that, seeing like the memories I have of seeing Tobey Maguire and them bringing Spider-Man to life, like it was ridiculous. I feel like Spider-Man definitely brought that superhero genre to the forefront. Now, granted, you did have X-Men that came out a year or two before that, but I think Spider-Man just really cemented it because it was the first time ever you really had you're like, damn, that's cool. The next one's gonna be Superman Returns. Flop. With this is the Brandon Roth one. It just it had no place coming in with where it came in at. Like it was just eh. Next one is Wonder Woman. I think Wonder Woman, the first Wonder Woman movie, it was great. That was a great movie. Now, I don't know where they went wrong with Wonder Woman 84, which you could probably tell where I'm going to put that one. But that Wonder Woman movie was great. Followed by Hulk. This is the 2007 one. I remember the first time I saw it, I was drunk as shit, and where was I? Ocean City, Maryland. And it was at a penny or a dollar theater. It had been out for a while. Me and my buddies were there for spring break, and we went and saw it. It was bad. Like, even in a drunken stupor, 17-year-old me thought it was bad. Followed by the Val Kilmer. So this is Batman Forever, right? Now, I have a whole bunch of nostalgic memories about it, and going back and rewatching this movie now, it's kind of painful because I loved Jim Carrey as the Riddler, and I loved Tommy Lee Jones as Two Face. I think Val Kilmer as Batman was terrible, and I think it was Chris O'Donnell was Robin. It was just bad, like bad. Suicide Squad, I'm going to put as okay because I feel personally that Suicide Squad, the first movie, was very entertaining. That's just me though. All right, Ant-Man, I thought was okay. Like it was very entertaining, especially his sidekicks he had. They were very entertaining. They had the Spanish dude from End of Watch. I can't remember his name. He's a great. He's so funny as like the comedy side man. Like it's just all around pretty damn good. Followed by the second Venom. I'd say the second Venom's bad. I only say that because like I was so excited for Woody Harrelson as whatchamacallit, Carnage, and like I was excited, and I feel like his rendition of Carnage was just it was bad. It was bad. Anyways, we're moving into Iron Man 2. I give Iron Man 2 a good stamp of okay. It was entertaining. It was very fun. It was a fun ride. It was entertaining, but it was just okay. Um, Blade 2. Blade 2, I give it a good. Blade 2 was a good movie. Very entertaining. It was just good. Followed by Eternals, flop. I watched the Eternals once, and it was on Disney Plus, and that movie was atrocious. Like there's just too much going on, if that makes any amount of sense. There's too many characters, too many side characters. The villain was just like meh, and I feel like it was just terrible, terrible. The Avengers movie, the very first Avengers movie, was great. It was amazing. I had so much fun watching it. It was great. Like especially seeing all the big names like teaming up finally for the first time. Great movie. Now we're moving on to if you if you care to see Batman and Robin, where you had Uma Thurman playing Poison Ivy and Arnold Schwarzenegger playing Mr. Freeze. And let me tell you, like, I had so many good memories about this because, of course, Uma Thurman's Poison Ivy had, Bane, and he was jacked up on his Mountain Dew, and I remember I was arguing with one of my ex-girlfriends about this movie and how it was amazing, and then we got 25 minutes in, and Arnold Schwarzenegger hits you with the "ice to meet you" line. That is where I determined it was not a good movie. It was, in fact, a dumpster fire of a movie. And on top of that, we got Bat Nipple George Clooney. We're just going to leave it at that. It was a bad movie. Bad. Followed by Doctor Strange. Dude, Doctor Strange was not top three, super. That first Doctor Strange movie, I was like, oh my god. Like I was enthralled with it. Like it was amazing. I say, yeah, I love the Doctor Strange, the first Doctor Strange that is. So now we're on to Justice League. and I'm trying to see real quick. They do have the Snyder cut on here. Um, the first Justice League, I'm not gonna lie, it was bad. It was terrible. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Followed by Ghost Rider. I don't know how Nicolas Cage managed to convince Marvel to allow him to play Ghost Rider again, but he did an amazing job to convince them to let him play Ghost Rider again. All right, then we're moving into Glass. Glass is. I don't see how Glass. I see a couple Lego movies in here. Um, let's add another. Wrong way. Let's add another layer. Add a row below, and I'm gonna put should not be on the list. All right. I feel Glass should not be on there. We'll throw The Incredibles on there. Here, let's go the Lego movies. I do love the Lego Batman movie. That was a great movie. Another Lego movie, Super Pets. I kind of want to throw Watchmen on there, but if I throw Watchmen on there, I should probably throw um, Joker on there as well. But there's the ones I feel that shouldn't be on this list, and I don't know why they even got onto this list. If I see any more, I'll throw them on there. Anyways, we're moving into Batman. This is Robert Pattinson's Batman. I I love the detective side of it. I think it was super. I think it was an amazing movie. I think that the second one's going to be even better. That's just my opinion. There's another one that doesn't belong on there. Dark Phoenix, flop. I made it like 40 minutes into that movie before I turned it off. It was terrible. We'll throw Superman 3 in there as well. Terrible movie. Um, this is the Amazing Spider-Man 2. I think it gets more hate than it should. I think it was a good movie. It was good. And then on top of that, you see him lose Gwen Stacy. It's a good movie. All right. Logan. So for those of you that don't know, this is who my dog Logan's named after. He's named after the Wolverine. I am a huge fan of Wolverine. I loved the animated TV series when I was a child. And in my opinion, I think Logan was the perfect way to send, Hugh Jackman's Wolverine off into the sunset. It made me cry like a baby. I think it was an amazing movie. Like it's definitely top 3 in my opinion for superhero movies. Black Widow, bad. Bad Black Widow. There's another movie that doesn't belong on there. We're throwing you in the should not be on the list. Doctor Strange, that's the second Doctor Strange, mind you. Multiverse of Madness, it was just okay. Blade Trinity, just okay. I know a lot of people were like, how can you rank Blade Trinity and just okay when it's so bad? Trust me, it's just okay. Wolverine Origins, like I said, I'm a huge fan of Wolverine. It was bad. It was really bad. Catwoman, flop. Black Adam. Oh, I just say it's bad. I didn't care for it. That's just me. Daredevil, bad. X-Men First Class. I actually think X-Men First Class is good. I really 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 enjoyed the story of that one. I kind of wish they would have done the movies more justice towards the end of their little run. There's another one that doesn't belong on the list. I think this is another one from the this one I think was bad. I can't remember. This is the one where the Sentinels and like they're time traveling and like if it wasn't for this movie, we would have never gotten the Logan movie because supposedly that's how they tied all of it together was, that. But I think it wasn't that good. It was terrible. Freaking we have so many more movies. Flop doesn't belong on the list. Um I think this is a flop. Birds of Prey, flop. Shazam, we'll have to get back to that one. Black Panther, y'all gonna hate me? I think Black Panther's just okay. I didn't find it to be very like, oh my god, we need that movie. It was just, very stereotypical action hero movie. It was just okay. Morbius, flop. Like, I can't believe that y'all bullied the studios into being like, y'all y'all love Morbius so much, we're gonna give it another theatrical release. Not only did that movie flop once, that some bitch flopped twice. Um, Iron Man, Iron Man was super. Like that, it was great. Infinity Wars, great. I mean, super. Endgame, super. Batman Begins, super. That was probably the last movie I saw in theaters with my grandfather. That's why I really group it in the super. The original Blade, good. Batman, the first Batman movie, super. New Mutants, it was bad. And like there is absolutely no reason that movie should be that bad considering how long it stayed in purgatory for. Like, come on, man. I think the first Captain America movie, it was fantastic. I loved it. The first Thor, it was just okay. Joker was good. I enjoyed that Joker movie. I went and I saw it with one of my buddies, and let me tell you, we watched it. We got to the end of the movie, and after roll credits, we were like, "What did we just watch?" Like it was good. Um, Spider-Man: Homecoming. I'll give Spider-Man: Homecoming a good. That movie was just it was amazing. Like just seeing Spider-Man coming back to Marvel finally from being in purgatory with Sony. Um, Thor: Dark World was bad. It was super bad. Um, I think that is. Let's make sure. Okay, so this is Captain America: Civil War. I want to put that in super. That was a great movie. Guardians of the Galaxy. We're running out of space here, boys. Super. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 was just okay. Like, that one was just okay. I think that the second Ant-Man and Wasp was bad. Thor Love and Thunder, bad. Now, this one goes right there. Howard the Duck, bro, I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna put Howard the Duck in bad. It was a pretty damn bad movie. Superman, like the original Superman with old boy Christopher Reeves, it was good. It was enjoyable. Dark Knight, I can't zoom up to the top fast enough. That falls into my top three. It's actually number one. Um, yeah, I don't. No explanation needed there. Um, let's put Quantumania. I feel like was a big flop. I think this is Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. I'm not gonna lie, I freaking loved it. I put that in my top three as well, only because the animation was amazing, the soundtrack amazing, and the story it makes you root for Miles. I love it. Um, Watchmen, I loved Watchmen. Watchmen was amazing. Um, I think Dark Knight Rises was good. I wouldn't because it just falls into the line with Christopher Nolan's beginning, middle, and end, and it sucks the loss of Heath Ledger really kind of put a damper on what he wanted to do with Batman Rises. Man of Steel is super. I loved it. I think Man of Steel, in my opinion, gets a lot more flack than it should. This is Wonder Woman 84. Like, that, yeah. I thought Aquaman, the first Aquaman, was okay. I thought the first Shazam, okay. This is Punisher Warzone. I thought Punisher Warzone was okay as well. It's got a pretty decent story, but it's a Punisher movie. So like you got to be, ready for blood, guts, gore. Um we got to move X-Men 2 up. X-Men 2 definitely falls into the super category. That movie was amazing. Another flop of a Fantastic Four movie. Justice League Snyder Cut, I'd say is good. It's definitely much more like manageable to the palate than the original cut. Followed by Deadpool 2, which I thought was just good. I kind of was expecting more out of it. Come on. The original X-Men. So this is the first X-Men movie. Goes under good. Spider-Man Far From Home, I would say is... I'd say that's good as well. Bad. Like Spider-Man 3, like the problem with a lot of superhero movies is they try to pack way too much into one movie and not just let it be. You know what I mean? Um, the this Wolverine movie was terrible. Um, Actually, here's Civil War. Makes me wonder what the hell that one is. First of It says it's the first Avenger, which I don't get it. I'll leave it up there. So far, most of the Captain America movies, I'll group into the super because I thought personally they were pretty damn good. The Amazing Spider-Man, I thought was good. That's the first one. Age of Apocalypse, dog shit, and Shang Chi. Oh my god, I can't speak. I've been drinking. Sorry guys. I say it was a pretty damn good movie. Like I really found it enjoyable. So this right here is the definitive, and I mean the definitive one. And I'm telling you right now, like my top three is very solid. Like I don't think you can argue with my top three. Like Dark Knight, Logan, Spider Man Into the Spider Verse. Um, the super category. There's some that like there's some here that I could be like, okay, arguable, bump them down. Some here and good that arguably I can potentially bump up. Some that I can bump down. But for the most part, I feel like okay category and below, there's no, for the most part, no arguing other than going down with most of them. Like the New Mutants, if you dropped that in a big flop, yeah. And the Thor movie, big flop, yeah. And then that Wolverine movie, yeah. And I mean, for the most part, I'm pretty satisfied with this list. Let me know down below what is your opinion on some of these movies. Do you think some of them, like, do you think I got some stuff skewed? Because, like I said, I'm trying not to spoil anything. I tried to make this into a quick video, and it ended up being a 30-minute long video, and I didn't realize that. And I didn't realize how many of these are going to be on the list. Um, but I'm very satisfied with this. But like I said, my top three, I feel are very, very strong candidates. If you don't want to put like an animated movie into a top three, I get it. I would probably, if I was to bump another live action movie up into my top three, it'd probably be Batman Returns. Like if I was to go non animated, it would be Dark Knight, Logan, Dark Knight Returns, and then just to keep it like that. That's how I have my top three. I tried to be as rational as possible and give like my top three, one of each, which is DC, Marvel, and an animated movie, and I feel very satisfied with that. Anyways, you guys, y'all take it easy. Have a great day. Bye.